International trade lies at the heart of some of the most pressing issues of our time, from growth and poverty eradication to how we respond to climate change and geopolitical tensions. But there is a big misconception about trade. Trade does not happen through the invisible hand of the market. It happens through very visible hands that manage, develop and maintain long-term relationships between large international buyers and their suppliers around the world. My research specifically looks at understanding the sources of value in these relationships. The way we quantify the value of relationships is essentially looking at how much money a supplier is willing to give up in order to protect a long-term relationship with the buyer. The way you quantify this, of course, you need data about the transactions that happened in the supply chain, but you also need to know what could have been a better price that at that point in time the supplier could have received from some other buyers, maybe in the market, for the same product. So luckily we were able to gather this data from many companies and many years in a variety of different contexts. We find that these relationships are extremely valuable. For example, we quantify that in the floriculture, apparel and coffee sector, often suppliers value their relationship with their key buyer over 60% of the yearly turnover generated by this relationship, which is a huge number when you think in terms of profit. Those companies that invest in their relationships so that their supplier perceive them to be as valuable will end up with more resilient supply chains. Think about what happens when COVID hit. Many buyers simply cancel their orders. Those buyers that took a slightly longer-term approach found themselves in a much better position in their supply chains once the pandemic was over and the lockdowns were over. Not only are we going to have more resilient supply chains, they're going to have more sustainable supply chain. We find, for example, that the supplier of their suppliers are better off, and the workers working in the supplying factories also face better working conditions. With this fresh perspective, we can take a new look at international trade. And what we have learned is that it's extremely important for buyers and suppliers to invest in long-term relationships. And not just for buyers and suppliers, but also government can invest and facilitate the formation of long-term relationships to take advantage of the great opportunities created by international trade.